Breakdowns, blast beats, and hard-hitting riffs. Now more than ever, hardcore bands are enjoying their moment in the spotlight, with the hardcore scene branching into a wide range of other genres, from death metal to indie rock and everything in between. A new wave of hardcore bands are bringing a fresh perspective to an already wide-reaching genre. Here are 10 of the best newer acts bringing bold sounds you need to check out. But before we see who's next, make sure to subscribe to APTV and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. And check out the link in the description to the Spotify playlist featuring all of the artists on this list. Top 10 rising hardcore bands you need to hear right now. Number 10, Black Matter Device. If you look at the skronky, jazz-oriented chaos of the Dillinger Escape Plan's debut album, Calculating Infinity, and added a hint of melody, you've got Black Matter Device. The band's debut album, Modern Frenetics, is a frantic exercise of hardcore technicality with enough clean passages to steer itself away from the near grindcore tendencies of Dillinger's debut to carve its own path. Number 9, Boundaries. Boundaries take the blueprint created from early 2000s metalcore and brought it screaming to the modern age. Their breakdowns point towards bands such as Hatebreed and Throwdown, but they managed to bring in some melodic elements without weakening their sound in the slightest. Beefy breakdowns are in abundance, but they also toss in an occasional dissonant riff for good measure to expand their musical palette. Number 8, Closet Witch. Despite Slipknot being the only band from Iowa to gain major recognition, the state's music scene isn't completely dead. Closet Witch bring together ferocious power violence and biting melody with a cathartic intensity. The band are equally successful at razor-sharp bangers and atmospheric noise coupled with an intense political overtone. Number 7, Cold Shoulder. You'd be hard-pressed to find a harder-working hardcore band from Toronto than Cold Shoulder, and it shows in their music. The metallic hardcore band's tight-knit sound often bounces between mid-tempo mosh riffs and upbeat punk bangers, but manages to bring in some melodic elements without stripping away the aggression. Number 6, Ithaca. The UK has produced countless amazing hardcore and metalcore bands in the last decade, and Ithaca are quickly making their way to the top of the crop of new bands emerging. Their melodic instrumentals, coupled with harsh, shrieking vocals and heavy-hitting blasts of aggression, make for a nuanced sound that's uniquely their own. While each song has a sense of anger and hostility, there's also a cathartic emotional response that keeps you locked into their music. Number 5, Jesus Piece. If you've been sleeping on Philly hardcore act Jesus Piece, now is the time to wake the fuck up. The band made a swift rise to success in 2018 with their debut album Only Self, and for good reason. Their sound is entrenched in the beatdown approach of 90s hardcore, with a hard-hitting groove that relentlessly smashes its way across their entire record without letting up for a moment. Number 4, Mouth Breather. When hardcore meets in the middle with grindcore, the results are extreme to say the least. Boston's Mouth Breather pushed their sound to maximal intensity with a harsh technicality that'll make ears bleed. The band managed to intertwine plenty of mid-tempo feedback-laced grooves with lightning-fast riffs that are like a constant punch to the gut, coupled with unsettling, frantic screams. Number 3, SeeYouSpaceCowboy. You'd be sorely mistaken to think of SeeYouSpaceCowboy as a joke band. Sure, their song titles and band name are ridiculous, but their sound is a no-nonsense assault of blast beats, abrasive high-pitched breakdowns, and danceable noise rock grooves. Their tone instantly beckons to early daughters, and much like this band's first record, SeeYouSpaceCowboy's debut is over before you know it, with songs hardly lasting past a minute of intensity. Number 2, Sharptooth. Hardcore is inherently political, but Sharptooth make it their modus operandi. The band's pissed-off sound extends past the Hatebreed worshipping riffs and breakdowns to their lyricism with overt call-outs to Donald Trump, homophobes, and a range of other assholes who have been fighting against progression in the world. It'd be simple to chalk this band up to being a political gimmick, but the genuine relatability in their lyrics makes it clear that they're passionate about what they write about and are here to make a statement. Number 1, Thoughtcrimes. Ever since the departure of the Dillinger Escape Plan, the band's various members have been moving on to a wide range of new projects. Drummer Billy Reimer's new project, Thoughtcrimes, sees him right at home, with a familiar mix of ultra-heavy hardcore with a hint of groove and some melody, leaning away from the sprawling tendencies of Reimer's former band without sacrificing any of the savagery.